The sound of the final buzzer means it's hangover time. So grab a drink and join your host, Alphonse Sidney, for a Miami Heat Beat post-game show.
How are we feeling out there, huh? How are we feeling out there? Going up 2-1. That's 2-1 in Boston. Oh, you think you took that home court advantage? Nope, yoink. Take that shit right back, motherfuckers. Right back. Without Jimmy Butler in the second half, too. I just want to point out who is the best fucking player in the entirety of the playoffs. And no one, he's still not a superstar apparently, but whatever, fuck it. And then, but like players dropping left and right. Celtics, Marcus Smart goes out. They're like, oh man, that really sucks. So Jason Tatum comes out. No, they're both back in like a fucking play later. Did you fucking take that class from like fucking Paul Pierce? Did you like shit yourselves? And you're like, you think, oh, this is what makes you a legend, I guess. What the fuck is up with that? I don't want all these injuries. Adam Silver, we're gonna fucking have a real serious chat at the end of this fucking season because you're a goddamn monster. You should be fucking sent to Guantanamo for fucking you were the Eastern Conference Finals, and you have a day off in between every fucking game. Are you kidding me, dude? Doesn't matter though. Didn't fucking matter. We fucked Boston in Boston. Fuck all those fucking sad ass white people. Look at this fucking dude here. Look at that dude. Look at this fucking guy. This is for you, buddy. This is for you.
Where was he at on January 6th?
Human embodiment of January 6th.
Fuck him. Fuck all those people. This game, top to Bam Adebayo, clearly listened to everyone out there that was complaining about him. And with good reason, because Bam offensively hasn't been shit lately. But Bam fucking ended all that tonight. We see what he can do. He was absolutely dominant. Victor Oladipo comes in. You pick up the fucking slack when Jimmy goes out. Fucking defensive monster. He's a fucking monster, Victor Oladipo. Who cares? Scored 5 points. Who gives a shit? Did you see? He's fucking stealing left and right. This was honestly one of the gutsiest, culturiest, fucking amazing wins. Good fucking thing we didn't win because Jesus Christ, if we lost this, man. I don't know. But it doesn't matter.
I would have called out.
Take me out, Brass. Who do we got on our panel tonight? Oh, man. What's up? How we feeling, people?
Let's go.
Amazing.
Alpha's in here tonight. He may or may not pop in later. He had a little gender reveal today, so he's hanging with family and shit. Understandable. It's understandable. Listen, Derek White can miss time for, well, it's not a birth of Alf's kid, but whatever. You get the point.
We have enough. We have enough, just like the Heat do.
Let's go around. Let's find out what everyone's drinking, and let's hear everyone's player of the game. Let's go. Whew, man, I'm exhausted.
I am too.
I am exhausted.
Orange slices for everyone.
Yes.
We earned it tonight.
All right.
Earned it.
Moose, what are you drinking? Who's your player of the game tonight?
Well, as always, we're celebrating a Heat win with some monkey shoulder against the Boston Celtics. Fuck off over there. Okay, my player of the game. Listen, we needed everybody tonight, so we could list a lot of people. But I gotta go with PJ Tucker. His defense was incredible tonight. You could see the team rally around him, especially in the second half when he knew that he needed to step up when we lost Butler. He never gets enough praise. So tonight, I wanted to make sure we let off the discussion with PJ Tucker, the human embodiment of Heat culture. Gotta hit him one time with a drip drop.
It wasn't Tyler tonight? Yeah. No.
We'll get to that later.
We'll get to that later. Who's your player? What are you drinking? Who is your player of the game tonight?
I'm drinking some water. I got a championship game to get to in the morning.
Oh, all right.
Yes, speak on it. Yes.
The Heat have got one of those coming up pretty soon.
Anyway,
yes.
I had to break out the Casey Bannerman exclusive.
Yes.
Oh yeah, look at
that.
Hell yeah.
There we go. Get it, Bam.
Bam.
Get it. Get it. Get it, Bamonte.
Man, like, And then that's what it is. This is why it's so frustrating. We know that you can do that. Why do we got to get to these points in whatever run of games we're having that we're like, fuck, we need a Bam game. Beautiful scoring output. Still had like 7 assists, or last I remember had at least 6. Let me pull the score up. But just felt his presence was felt. He felt impactful. You knew that he was on the floor, whether or not he was scoring or what have you. But knowing we needed a big scoring output, and just the rest of the team as a collective, they needed to close this out without Jimmy. I think Jimmy needed to see them do it, and I hope that they feel good about themselves. I had Game 3 being close, and this is a good one to steal. And because they stole this one, I wouldn't be surprised if they took 4 by something.
There we go.
13 to 17. So incredible win. I'm super happy with them tonight.
Let's get
Hell
it.
yeah. Christian, we haven't seen you on here in a minute, at least with decent internet. What are you drinking tonight? What are you drinking tonight? And who's your player of the game?
I'm drinking mezcal, and my player of the game was obviously Bam. But it's like I'm really torn about celebrating him at all, because it seems like we all collectively just have to shit on him.
Yes,
for him to just
with that.
do what he is so clearly capable of doing. And it's like, and if it was, again, maybe it wasn't him, maybe it was Spo. And if it was Spo, shame on him. Shame on whoever was involved in, not immediately enabling this absolute god of basketball that is just sitting on the roster, right? 42 minutes tonight. And also big fucking shout out to PJ Tucker. 38 minutes at 37 years old. Look at that shit. That's some culture shit right there.
Got him.
Hell yeah, it is.
Shout out to the heavy D painting in the background too.
Damn it, Kenny.
No, it does look a little like that's a good one. Yeah.
Brian, what are you drinking? Player of the game. Let's go.
Oh man, I'm drinking that Essentia because the last time we won, I was drinking this, so I kind of kept it going. Obviously, Jimmy Butler couldn't play the second half, but that is his sponsor, so go drink that shit. It's good. I like it. It's a little pricey, but fuck it. I'm white, so I can afford it.
Whoa.
Big of you to admit
Take him
that.
out.
Big of you.
Take him
Big of you.
out.
To admit that.
I want to go my player of the game. My player of the game is Victor Oladipo. Bro, he's
No, you can't hit. No, take him out. Nah. And you definitely ain't picking the blackest dude on the team. No. Sorry. Next, my turn. My turn.
All right, Tiff.
Hello.
Go off, Tiff. Go off.
Shut up,
Go off.
No. If you light, bright, and damn near white, don't talk right now.
Come on, Tim.
Get him, Tiff.
Man, listen, I stopped drinking 2 hours ago because I needed to. My shit was blurry. But good thing I cleared up, or I would not have seen that defensive clinic that Vic put on. That's my player of the game. Also, Max Struess, take me out, Brass.
Okay.
Yo, somebody say I'm racist in the chat. They don't realize black people can't be racist.
He said that he went with Kihinde Babatunde Victor Oladipo.
All right, Kenny, what are you drinking? Who is your player? Come
Oh
on.
man. So I'm drinking sweet tea with a little bit of Tito's in it because I don't know how to make drink.
Sweet Tito's.
My player of the game, I'm going a little different route. My player of the game is Ron Artest, Rasheed Wallace, Dennis Rodman, anybody who's ever made a referee uncomfortable. Because what the fuck was that? Siobhan, cover your ears, by the way. That's some of the worst officials that I've ever seen in my life. And just the officials and the networks. Like, so first of all, I had some family stuff to take care of, so I missed the first quarter and a half. I get home, I see it's an ass whooping, and it's more of an ass whooping going into the half. Not really, but that doesn't fit my narrative, so I'm going with more of an ass whooping going into the half. And the whole halftime show is Celtics praise. Not one thing about, well, it was like Bam did some stuff, and hey, the Celtics are still in it, and all this other shit. And then the fucking Marcus Smart, he did roll his ankle fine, but when they put the camera on him, like, and action, and he came running out like, what the fuck? When do they ever have cameras in the hallway for an injured guy? I've never seen it in my fucking life. Brass mentioned the Paul Pierce thing. That was also weird. And just understand, Larry Bird retired 30 years ago. Nobody gives a fuck about the Celtics like that. So for the NBA to keep pushing this, like it's gonna work, cut it out. Adam Silver, he let Al Horford back with COVID. Adam Silver looks like COVID. There's a whole bunch of shit going on that I just don't like. You can take me out, Brad, because I'm out of steam and I'm gonna end up saying some real troublesome shit. So
I kind of want to keep you in for that. Let's go.
That's kind of why we do the whole music thing.
Fucking Saturday night, man.
That was such a disgraceful display on the broadcast and the referees. I don't know what.
Well, for one, I'm excited to see what the discourse is going to be nationally about this game, because it's always been like, well, these players are on the Celtics. Yeah. Never about anyone missing any time on the Heat, right? So Kyle comes back, and by the way, major impact, right? Huge. You can see what happens to this team when you have an actual certified point guard out there setting other players up, and you felt it from the jump. Now, he went back to the locker room at one point to sort of get some shit sort of stretched out, or, whatever. Keep fresh. That's fine. That's going to happen. We're going to see that with Kyle right now because he's not 100%. But considering how we saw when Kyle came back from his injury during the Sixers series, this is a different Kyle. Like, Kyle clearly is in a better spot. Hopefully he keeps us up. So he's got to stay fresh. But then Jimmy goes out for the entire second half. And we found out like right before the third started that it was a right knee inflammation, I believe, right?
Yes.
Right knee inflammation. Yeah. Hopefully, I think he's going to be fine going forward. But obviously, all of us, we're like, oh fuck, oh boy, because the Celtics were tightening up a bit at the end. But the game, if Jimmy were in, I felt very, very confident about that game. Jimmy missing the second half was like, okay, this could go either way. But so then Smart goes out for a bit, Tatum goes out for a bit, but for the most part, Celtics had their players tonight, and now not Robert Williams, so that's going to be an excuse right there. They're going to say, well, Robert Williams it would have a totally different outcome if he were there. But free throws, you can't throw the free throw shit at our face. Because they had 30 attempts, the Celtics had 30 attempts, the Heat had 14. So there's a major disparity there. And I think it's kind of rare to win these kind of matchups with when you're on the other side of that in these like really kind of grinded out kind of games.
Yeah.
So it's just going to be interesting. I mean, Moose, what do you think is going to be? Are you expecting Heat praise in the national media, or is it just going to be like, well, the Celtics got kind of the raw end of the deal here?
Listen, I'm actually really glad that we started with this discussion. I know that we were going to get to the halftime stuff because I didn't get to hear it. I was in the car driving. I got a thing. I go get coffee at halftime. It's like a ritual thing. So I felt like I had to do it. Anyways, but the reason I bring that up is because what I did hear is all that the Celtics were doing to cut that big stretch that we had. And that was playing in my mind. Then when I got the Jimmy news, just like you said, it was a gut punch, and I felt the energy when I got back and I was watching the game. I felt the energy shifting towards the Celtics in that. That's when Kyle and PJ Tucker, came together, and the defense, we stole this game, and that's what's going to be the national story, that we stole it. It's not going to be that the Heat gutted this out and won it the way that we've been doing all year. This is what the Heat have been doing all year. When somebody goes down, everybody comes together to steal this game, and collectively we're better when we feel like our backs are up against the wall. Now, I don't think we're going to get any love for this win, though. I do think it's going to be that the Celtics let this one get away.
Well, I think that whoever won, I think that there was going to be a close 1-1, and that that game itself would be a steal, whether it was, from Miami or Boston. Will people have that opinion objectively? Probably not. But I think that it's been so heavily highlighted how important Jimmy has been for this team. And so I'm curious if they will give the rest of the team credit for understanding how important Jimmy has been and still pulling it out themselves. Because, Boston did make an incredible run, and they could have let the rope go entirely.
Yep.
But they didn't, and that is to the credit of Kyle and Max, and Max hit that incredible shot. They were up 3, and that gave them a little bit of a cushion. And so this, Brass, I think you're absolutely correct. And kind of, how will it be spun? But it also, like, we know what time it is. For the most part, with respect to the national story and with Miami, people watch their teams, right? Like, people don't really watch all these other teams as intently as they do theirs. And even then, still probably don't know what it is that they're watching.
Right.
So it will be interesting because Jimmy has been such a big load bearer for us, and the rest of them didn't let the rope slip. So I will be kind of curious. I don't care. I can't. It's hard to listen to any of that.
Exactly.
But
And the players don't care.
and that is
Right.
And people say that they don't care all the time, but I believe that group of
Right.
individuals really don't give a fuck because like
Well,
Yeah.
they've all
look-
been underestimated their whole kind of thing anyway, and so
Right.
or
But look at it
underrated,
this
rather.
way, Shy. We talked about it. We've been talking about it all year. Everybody, from outside the house has been saying, why y'all playing Gabe? Why y'all playing Max? Why y'all playing Vic? Why y'all doing this? This is why they played all year. And I kept telling people, you got to get these players some burn because you don't know who the next man up is. And we found out tonight the next men stepped up. And like you said, Max hit a
Yes.
big shot. You had Bam leading the way in scoring.
Led the
You
way.
had Vic leading the way on defense at the end. Like you had guys who honestly everybody had counted out all season stepping up throughout this game. That should be the headline. That's what you should be running with. No Jimmy Butler, the Heat still get the win. That's the headline. But honestly, do we give a damn? No, because we got the win, and we don't care how we got
It
it.
don't matter how it comes.
Exactly.
Why-
By 1 or by 20.
The score that matters is 2-1.
I just think it's so
Exactly.
impressive because there was no singular playmaker like we have seen, like of coming from Jimmy this entire playoff run. No, in the second half. So without Jimmy there, it's like, well, fuck, where are we going to get it? But you know where they really got it? They were very grateful to have the lead that they did, and that lead came from their elite defense. Right? So they were able to make plays. They were able to set up plays and do this kind of stuff. That's why it's going to be very difficult for them to talk about it because they hate talking about that kind of shit.
The only thing they're gonna
They need
say
to
is
show
that the Heat-
highlights.
Right.
That the Heat played incredible defense because they didn't score anything in the fourth. We only had 6 points in the fourth quarter. You're going to hear more negative things in that regard than you will positive.
So I know exactly what the conversation is gonna be, and I'm gonna hate it. So I'm gonna ignore it, but it's gonna be surrounding Jason Tatum's injury because he's the quote unquote superstar in it, and it's so we haven't pointed this out, but like he was writhing in pain, quote unquote, hurt on his shoulder. Right, he went to the bench for like 45 seconds. By the way, they had the camera ready for him too. They filmed his entrance back. Again, never seen that before in my life. But he came back in his first play in the game, he dove on that shoulder. I don't know if anybody noticed that aside from me. He
Straight
dove
into bed.
on the-
Van Gundy at one point called out that he used that shoulder to
Yes.
ram into somebody setting a screen, and he's like, "Damn, that shoulder injury went away."
Shoulder's
quick."
feeling real good.
oh man, but he
Yeah, they have
finished
incredible
the game-
doctors. Yeah.
Yeah, I think he finished the game 3 for 14. So it's gonna be about because remember in the bubble when he was having that horrible first half, he just started saying he was injured, and he was after the game was like, "Nah, I'm good. I just struggled." And so it's gonna be some of the same stuff tonight. I'm gonna ignore it.
They better
Put
talk
a-
about how he got outplayed by Max. That's what they better talk about.
Yeah.
I want to put up this here because to me, the thing that really pops off of this is if you look at how many fucking steals we had as a team.
Yeah.
19
Yep.
steals. 19
Unbelievable.
in an away game in Boston. The whitest crowd ever. I'm pretty sure it's going to be a Guinness record. It's fucking crazy and terrifying circumstances. And they did 19
Look at
steals.
Kyle. Look at Kyle, 4 steals with a
Man.
torn up hammy.
That last one at the end was crucial.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it was. And it scared
then
me
the
a little
line.
bit too.
He did scare me. Yeah.
He scared me because you
guy-
could see the energy started to wane with him. And that's obviously because of the loss of Jimmy. So you knew
Sure.
Right.
they were going to say, whatever you got, give it to us. But when he dove,
Yeah. I was like,
yeah. Sorry, Brian, I cut you off. Go
No,
ahead.
no, you're good. I'm just looking because I wanted to see how many minutes he played. So he played 29. So it was about how much I thought during the pregame
Yeah, he
show what we
played
did
30.
with Siobhan. I was saying I think he could play 30 minutes, and he did.
Yeah.
He played 29. He gave you, I think, enough offensively. He gave you 11 points, 4-11 shooting. The assist is obviously great, but the steals are particularly like the defensive end. Like he was able to hold his own a lot, especially on the on the boards, like able to box out a lot of the Celtics bigs so that we could get some of those possessions. I thought one of the biggest things really, and honestly, like the biggest thing to me of this game is that they were able to at least hold on to those runs that the Celtics were coming, because Jaylen Brown was insane. I don't we need to give him credit because he
40 points.
He played an amazing game. And yet we still were able to almost go basket for basket towards the end when we were able to get that max three. That was one of the biggest threes he's probably made in his career. I'm happy that he made that, because honestly, we need that fucking shit from him, because he's our best shooter. Duncan didn't give you anything in this game besides that one layup. So having him still spread the floor for you was amazing. And then obviously that Bam shot, like we have to give him credit. Like he was aggressive. He made all of his mid ranges for the most part. I think he was shot over 60% for the game. I have to look at the box score again, but just everything that we wanted from this team in terms of helping Jimmy out, especially after what happened game 2, where Jimmy basically was carrying the team throughout the game. Like they stepped up. And if now Jimmy can come back, there's news I wanted to share too. But Jimmy apparently is going to be probably available for game 4. Quote from, let me see. But actually, there's a quote from Spo right now. So a quote from Spo, he says, he didn't have his normal explosive burst. He's been able to manage this. The next 2 days will be really important. His competitiveness will overtake everything. At halftime, the trainers made the call for him not to play. So that is what happened, apparently. And I guess it kind of makes sense, because he wasn't that aggressive in the first half, even though I felt like he was a good decoy for Ban to get going. So that was awesome. But in terms of his injury, I'm going to steal this from one of the reporters for the Heat. So basically, it just says he'll be okay. It's nothing serious. And pretty much they're expecting him to probably play game 4. So he'll get the treatment he needs, and he'll probably play game 4.
I still think this is Jimmy just going like, nah, let those motherfuckers do it. I want to see him work.
I hope so.
Right. He probably was a little sore. He probably was a little sore, and he went into the locker room. Well, and then you also think of it this way. Had he, say he was a little sore, the risk is him agitating it more and then missing the rest of this game and the next game. Correct. So to me, I think that with that lead, that was the smartest thing to do.
Smart
you know
basketball.
what? Yeah. Bam is out there, and we got, as Charles Barkley says, the others. Because he probably don't know anybody's name, so it's the
banging
others.
and banging, and yeah.
Well,
just
also
let them figure it out.
On the flip side of that, I think Marcus Smart in particular, his looked like that hurt bad. that ankle. I thought he was for sure out the rest of the game. Didn't necessarily think it would be bad enough to be out the next one, but for the fact that they rushed him back out again, and he was kind of limping on the way back too.
He was.
So the fact that they got him back out there really does lead me to believe they're like, we really need to win this game. Yeah. The Celtics are not comfortable. They're very, very uncomfortable in the series right now. And I just think, I mean, man, this series is so good. Fuck, it's so good. And it's honestly, it's a goddamn shame that it's almost being ruined by lack of rest in between games. Yeah, I don't know if Christian, have you ever seen this where you don't even give an extra day for travel, and it's the Eastern Conference Finals for travel?
No, I mean, I've been following the league for a long time. I swear they would at least have 2 days, especially if they're covering at least 3 hours in the air or something like that. Like I don't even understand why they're doing this. Wouldn't you want to extend this out as far as possible through this?
Right.
Like,
yes.
What is the rush? I don't get it. Like, honestly, it's like Adam Silver is trying to do everything in his power to get people to hate him, and people still don't give a shit. But I'm going to start giving a shit, buddy. Like, I'm going to be real loud about it. I'm going to see you.
I will say, and this is in no way defending the league, because I think it's bullshit that they're doing the back only one night on in between. But I know that this year they're dealing with the NHL for the first time, because TNT is also one of their partners, as well as ESPN. And the NHL playoffs are going on at the same time. So that's something that they're trying to balance this year. I don't think we're going to see this again next year. I think this is a one-off. The NBA sees that this is terrible, because look at all of these fucking injuries that are going on in the middle of this game.
Right.
You know, that's shit that can be avoided with just a little bit of extra rest in between. This is the Eastern Conference and Western Conference Finals. This is not a time where you should be, fucking rushing through this shit. It's a detriment to your product.
Yeah.
Wait, but I'm sorry because I've been like holding in laughter for the past like 7 minutes. Somebody reminded me like Jason Tatum faked that injury on the play where Victor Oladipo stripped him, which like
because he was embarrassed.
your star player, hey man. Clap this Celtics team soft as shit, man.
He was embarrassed.
Like, that's what you, man. Get back on defense, you bitch. God. You can take like, oh man, that's
Oladipo, 20 minutes. Oh, sorry, Tiffany. Yeah, 20 minutes and 4 steals. I mean, his defensive impact is really. I mean, keep in mind. Remember last year when we got Victor Oladipo? And we were like, and those 4-ish games that he played, and you saw like the defense on the team completely turn around.
It's because he can do it by himself.
He does not need help.
He doesn't need help. That is the whole point of him.
Yes.
And he hasn't been like, has he been, as clean with it leading up to now? No. Has he been, has he had like great offensive games? Not at all. But those are the things, like being able to take a Jason Tatum one-on-one, being able to, when Jaylen Brown was on that run, he switched on him, and Jason like forced up a bad 3. Jaylen Brown cannot dribble. I've had Boston fans tell me that motherfucker cannot dribble, and so to stymie him with someone who is a great on-ball defender, it just makes sense. And he came in, he did the job, and that is the value in him. Being able to do it by himself and not having to need help and causing all these extra rotations that then lead to terrible closeouts and flybys and all this other stuff.
Absolutely. So, Bon, I mean, obviously you have a great eye for the game. I think we should go to your breakdown. What do you say?
Come on. I think we need to.
Let's do it. Oh, hold up. Let me break it down so it can forever and consistently be broke.
I was about to say, Kenny, shut up. Sorry, I was about to say something about. Anyway, go ahead. Start with Brass. What?
Saying the dribbling was short.
Let's start it over.
Nah. So some offense and I think a defense. So just first possession. Just look at where everyone is like starting. Everyone is. All the people in this frame, right? And then as we push, go ahead. Jimmy running hard, Bam coming, and then just Max just walking into, just being able to walk into a clean 3 right off the rip. I don't know, Daniel Tice was nowhere near Jimmy, and so him coming down and clearing and then taking himself to where he should have been, like to where Tice, taking himself to Tice. Continuing to not have anyone over here in trail. I don't know. Jason is loafing. So, this is a good first possession. Go ahead. Here, pause. So I've been talking a bit about where the space to score is against this team. So you have some Bam Gabe action. Duncan got some Duncan minutes. I wish we could have saw more. He came in and got in quick foul trouble. Got Duncan in the corner.
I think it was enough. Huh? I think it was enough. He got a couple fouls, and I was like, all right.
But they closed out harder. They closed out harder him one time, and he had the dribble and that little runner. Like there's space for him a bit. I guess I don't know. Let me not get ahead of myself. So, Bam and Gabe, and then Caleb. I think that's Tyler over there. Go ahead. So pause. Exactly. So go back a little bit, Bam. Bam, Brass. Go ahead. Pause. So.
That's a shot.
That is a shot.
It is a shot.
All that space.
Yeah.
Bring it back again. There was. He could have shortened his steps. It could have been a shot even quicker.
Right off the curl and go.
He could have stayed on the wing. Pause. So cool. But this is the space where they've been trying to operate and haven't been able to. And even still here, he's over penetrated a little bit. He probably should have been still closer to the elbow, but this is a fine finish. But yeah, like space because of movement. And Boston, they're a good defensive team, but I've watched their players get lost with motion. Go ahead. When they're playing, when there's nothing happening and it's a bunch of one-on-one basketball and they're able to stay in between, they're good. But when you're moving, it's a bit different.
They can't keep up.
Right. So we have this clear out, this empty side stuff happening. You got Bam and Kyle. Go ahead. So Kyle rejects the screen, and again, I get a bit too deep for my liking. And then his cut, we do this thing where we cut right on top of the people we pass it to in the post.
Yep.
Run that back for me. So Kyle's gonna overextend his penetration, gets a bit deeper than he needs to. And he's small down there. He coming off the hand, not having some of the burst, cuts right on top, and then we just get not a good possession, but have space to get one. And at this point, we've gone away from Bam a little bit. Also, Bam had that first half, and then he didn't get as many touches in the second, which I think that may have been a little bit of a disservice. And then last one, some defense, really good rotations. Pause. So Max is back here, aware of what's happening with 11 over in the corner. Bam is making an attempt to get in front of Jason, but Vic is helping in a way that doesn't take him out of position. He's not turning his back to where Jalen is over here. Go ahead. He helps. He's able to get out under control, not flying by. PJ rotates. Max comes up. Max gets his body in front. That's a good switch. Max is fighting with Al down here. Kyle is on ball. Bam is back there paying attention. And then, it ends in this foul. But, like good possessions of defense,
Right.
That we have to finish, that we have to complete. As we go throughout the game, right? When the teams are starting to make their run, just tighten the bolts a bit more. But I was proud with the resolve of this team tonight and not letting the ship just.
I want to ask you something about the defense, because I just saw in the chat, and these are the things that bother me when somebody has 40 or more or whatever. So someone in the chat just said Max got roasted by Jaylen Brown for 40. How does that work?
That doesn't mean.
Explain that to the audience that don't know.
Yeah, it's
It doesn't mean much of it. Well, so it works by being hunted, but Jaylen Brown is a good player. And it came in that burst when it was like that run happening. It doesn't matter that he had 40, just as it didn't matter too much that Jason had 40 to start the game one. Like, this is a collective thing. We're not playing tennis. We're not playing golf. And like the rest of the pieces of it matter. I don't know if that's what you were looking for me to go to. Don't disagree with that comment, but yeah, Tiff, what are you getting at?
Well, my thing is that somebody gets 40, it ain't one person guarding them all night.
Yeah,
Right.
Exactly.
Because I'm gonna tell you, by the time I get to 12, I'm looking over for somebody else to switch off on me.
Yeah.
And that's what happened.
In the last clip that Siobhan showed, the clip ended with Max Strus guarding Al Horford, where he was not abused in the post and actually forced to miss.
Right.
Like, that is why Max is such a valuable defender.
Right.
Like,
But the thing is, we know we don't have 5 shutdown defenders.
That's why we all do all that fucking switching.
They have to.
That's what I was gonna say. So the Heat are the switchiest team in the NBA. So there's never one person destroying one player in general. Even if the Heat didn't switch as much, defense is a team concept in basketball. And so let's say you beat one guy off the dribble, the next guy's supposed to help. There's never really one guy's fault that a guy scores.
That is the
Typically.
whole
So
concept of help.
yeah, it's a whole thing. So I get, like, if you want to say this person gave this person this many points, but that's not how it works. I will say though, it's really funny how Jalen Rose gets roasted for Kobe's 81 and Morris Peterson guarded him that whole game. So I'm gonna contradict myself on that one.
That's true.
But
That's unfortunate. That's unfortunate.
God, I would take you out. You're looking crisp right now, Kenny.
Yeah.
I was
Yes,
gonna say,
yes.
I've ever seen you.
let's not jinx it.
I can
You
see
want to see my hat dirty too.
Let's not talk about it. Let's keep it.
Listen, this is a big win. We'd be remiss if we didn't show some highlights. So let's go to the guy of the game.
voice still makes me chuckle.
So Bam being aggressive as hell tonight on offense. Finally, we've been asking for it. We see it every
Love
now
it.
and then.
Do it again
Have
on
not
Monday.
seen it in the playoffs yet. So I just look at this fucking dunk from Bam here. This was just fucking sweet. 7.5 minutes left in the game.
It's a great slip, people.
Unbelievable.
Look at
Next
that.
comes
Look
out,
at that.
Beautiful assist by Max.
Holy shit.
It's like a flying,
That was
slicing
fucking-
knife.
And he can get that anytime.
If that's where he's going, if that's where he's going to,
wants.
if that's where he's going to take off from, yes.
This is what we were talking about.
Look what
Right?
he launched
So
his
like
ball.
he gets a ball about 10 seconds ago. He's not looking around, oh, who's gonna shoot this
Right.
ball? He got the ball with the intent to
Yeah.
put the fucking ball in the basket.
Yeah.
Yep.
And we need that more from him. You
That's it.
cannot be afraid of the other team. I don't care how
And
good they are on
nobody's gonna
defense.
stop him.
You have the tools. You are a brick shithouse. Are you kidding me? Look,
You know what? Oh, go ahead.
no, that's it. Go.
Yeah, so I want to say I want to give Spo credit, but I'm also going to give Frankie credit also. They ran that for Bam. They were running stuff for Bam tonight. They were getting him in post stuff. They was getting him in these pick and rolls, getting him going towards the basket. So I'm going to credit Spo, and I'm going to credit Frankie for saying they should have been doing that for the past 3 years.
Absolutely. Going on to our last guy got here. Check this out. So this is at the end of the game. 48 seconds left, and look at that. Kyle, active. Kyle.
That's it.
Boom.
Game.
That is feisty and beautiful.
Look at his motherfucker.
Head up. Look at that though. Head is
In
up.
bounds too after stripping it because his
Yeah.
momentum was to
See-
fall out.
And we were not getting that without Kyle. I saw a lot of people out there saying, "Oh, we don't really need Kyle." Yeah. But, I mean, come on. We need a healthy Kyle.
We need a healthy Kyle,
that's-
not a hobbled
needed-
Kyle.
We needed every bit
Ooh,
of
that
Kyle
was a
tonight,
long
especially
frame.
with Jimmy going out.
Absolutely.
Another teachable moment for the audience. Just because the team's playing well without a player doesn't mean they don't need him. It means they're doing other stuff.
We need everybody.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
Like-
we do need everybody.
He's
As
always
it should-
shooting
We need Jimmy.
everybody.
We need everybody. Oh, I was just gonna bring him in. He fucking left.
That's why
Unbelievable.
Someone was like, "Oh, Miami didn't have anybody for MVP votes. Who were they?
Who
going
cares?
to?
Guess what? We still playing.
We still playing for one. That's the shit that mattered the most. But this has been a unit the whole season.
Y'all tell me something. Who won MVP?
And he got eliminated first
Jokic.
round.
Right.
Where's the last MVP who won it?
Who won the? Who
It's-
was
it's
the
not
runner
him.
up?
Joel's probably.
Who at
I
home?
didn't see the votes. Right.
Yeah, like,
Why does it matter?
It doesn't.
The only
He's not
people with
allowed
awards
to
that are
win.
left are in this series right now.
exactly.
Yeah.
This is
That's it. Coach is gone.
That's it.
Coach should still be playing right now.
Yeah.
The actual coach of the year. But it's smart. And then and Tyler. I mean Tyler. I'm pretty sure he's also at home. Really haven't seen much from him.
Yeah, man,
although
we're struggling.
although
we're
that's
struggling.
the thing with Tyler. Tyler can still go off at any moment. I mean,
And listen, I made that comment in the chat earlier that part of Tyler's problem is that he has a tendency to want to shoot himself into rhythm when he's not feeling it. And you can get away with that in the regular season. You can't do that in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Every
Yep.
possession matters. And at a certain point, you got to say, okay, you know what? We got to call it for tonight. And you saw Spo gave him a little bit of time in that second half. Let's see if you can get a couple shots there. Let's see if you can get into rhythm. If not, bring in Depot. And I'm all for that because in this series, in general, defense is going to win you championships. And I love Tyler, but the possessions are just too vital right now.
the announcers love Tyler too. Did you notice that, Tiff?
Yeah.
What did they say tonight about Tyler?
What did Mark Jackson say? I would put Hero back in since he's struggling.
I mean, come on. And you want
Freudian.
to ask why you
Freudian.
don't have a job yet.
Was it Freudian?
That what he said.
What's up?
Hey.
It's a girl.
Yeah.
Congrats.
Listen, man, I was trying to get in on my fucking laptop, This shit is on the goddamn fritz. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, how y'all feeling tonight?
Oh yeah, baby.
Feeling good.
Feeling good.
Feeling okay?
Shake them up, baby. Shake them up.
Hey, wait. Are we packing Bam up? Are we packing people up?
Ooh, Ben Simmons light? What?
Are we packing Bam up? 31 points. Packing a nigga up.
Packing Boston up.
Are we doing trade talk tonight?
Nope.
Listen,
Not on my fucking watch.
I'm not trying to go at no other post-game show, but you are fucking cowards. Listen, so many fucking
Cowards,
bro. Cowards. You got your fucking crown. What are you doing? One goddamn game. One game. All abandoned fucking shit. Goddamn coward. You know what? You know what I saw tonight? I saw fucking Duncan Robinson with a goddamn floater. I saw Kyle Lowry out here orchestrating the fucking offense, just killing motherfuckers. I saw Jimmy Butler go down to the second half, and they said, okay, we ain't gonna score that much, but neither are you. That is what the fucking Miami Heat are all about. Okay, even when we can't score, neither are you. We're going to clamp that ass. Jason Tatum, the next coming of Kobe? Okay, I dare you. I dare you. Only time I got nervous is when Jason Tatum went to the fucking locker room. Who's going to take long throughs on the Celtics? Who's going to take fucking terrible shots? Without Jason Tatum, I don't know who's going to take shitty shots on the Celtics. When he came back in, I was like, oh, it's a wrap. We got this thing. We got him. Because all they was doing when Jason Tatum was in the locker room was taking smart shots. They were orchestrating good offense. Once Jason Tatum came back in, I was like, oh, we got him.
Woo, we can settle down.
I was looking, back long term. Terrified. Do that shit again you did last. That was the whole defensive game plan. That bullshit you did last game, do it again. I dare you. I fucking dare you. Jaylen Brown, get 40. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Tell him.
Get it by yourself.
I don't know if y'all thought about the fake injuries.
We did.
Oh yeah.
Oh, let's talk about that more.
Bring him back
That's self
in.
culture.
Bring him back in.
Bring him back in.
Carry me to the back. I got embarrassed. The only reason I could get that embarrassed is because my fucking ACL came out. Oh no, wait.
Ras, do we have a Tatum face?
No. Next time.
Listen, don't go to the back unless you bout that fucking life. You fucking out. They saw Kyle Lowry do it. They're like, oh, no. They're trying to go to the back and come back. We can all do it. Y'all saw that? I've never seen it before. Kyle Lowry went to the back, get a little treatment. These motherfuckers fake injury because they were embarrassed by the performance.
Well, listen, they had to rile the crowd up somehow.
I got treatment.
Yeah, they did.
I got a little treatment. I got a little massage. I got a little body rub. Happy ended.
Oh my god.
It's like his mic goes out, but
Right.
hurt.
No,
It's like
angry
I can hear happy ending.
It's like Paul Pierce going like, "What can Brown do for you?"
I'm sorry, guys. I'm doing my best on my phone.
No, it's all good. It's all
I'm
good.
gonna show y'all my computer screen right now.
Oh boy,
No,
fascinating. It looks. Wait, show it again. It looks
Why
like
do you
TD
have
Garden.
Right?
I'm gonna get out of here. After this one,
You gonna get out of
Yes.
here.
Grant Williams. Grant Williams is a fucking pox on all light-skinned niggas everywhere. As a light-skinned American, I hate this motherfucker, okay? First of all, why you got all these bruises and lesions on your face? Looking like an extra from Philadelphia. Like, get the
Jesus
Oh
Christ.
my
Okay,
God.
I said
Take
it.
them out.
Yeah.
I said it.
Oh, yeah.
Do we have to end the show? Do we have to end the show on that?
Yes.
Okay, fuck it. No, you killed the show, man.